Tonight on Sports Desk, Cain's baseball is rolling through the month of April. Our Inside Pitch team will give you a look at what to expect moving forwards.
Plus, we'll tell you how one 29-year-old is lacing up his baseball cleats here on campus.
And later on, Cain's football is heading to Fort Lauderdale for their annual spring game, and the excitement is alive. We'll bring you the process on building a new Hurricanes offense.
All that and more.
Sports Desk starts right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching Sports Desk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former guy. You're watching Sports Desk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching Sports Desk.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Desk. I'm Cal Friedman.
And I'm Wyatt Kopelman. Cal, what a weekend it was for Miami and the city of Miami. Cain's baseball taking down the number 3 team in the country, and track and field really shining in the Hurricane Alumni Invitational.
Absolutely, Wyatt. With strikeouts and superstitions, Miami recorded its third consecutive ACC sweep to build their win streak up to 13 games. After a historic sweep against number 3 Virginia, Miami welcomed an upset-driven Florida Atlantic squad to the light on Tuesday. Let's check out the highlights from Miami's midweek matchup against the Owls. Hurricanes and Owls for the third time this season pick it up in the bottom of the second inning. Cain's already trailing by 2. Jacob Burke wheels into second base for his 6th stolen bag of the year. That sets up Zach Levinson to race an RBI single off of the third baseman Jackson Ross's glove and into left field. Hurricanes would tie this game up at 2. Skip ahead to the bottom of the 7th, now 6-2 Florida Atlantic. Maxwell Romero rolls this one into right field for a base hit for his 31st RBI of the season. And on the throw-in by Owls right fielder Gabriel Rincones, it gets away from the third baseman Ross. Edgardo Villegas, Johnny on the spot, rounds third, beats out the tag. Hurricanes within 2 as we head into the 8th. Now still 6-4. Yoandy Morales loops this one into shallow right center field. Gabriel Rincones tries to range in it, but here on this game of baseball, you'd rather be lucky than good. Rincones loses into the lights, it brings home 2, and the Hurricanes tie the game up at 6. Skip ahead, 2 batters later, Jacob Burke takes a wild pitch from FAU reliever Rob Wieselnick to bring home Yo-Yo from third base. Hurricanes have their first lead of the night, and that would set up the closer. Andrew Walters, the coolest man in the Coral Gables, strikes out the side in the 9th inning for his ACC leading 11th save of the season. Hurricanes win their 14th game in a row, sweep FAU this season by a final score of 7-6.
Miami's 14-game winning streak came to an end last night in Blacksburg, Virginia, but the Canes are still in first place in the ACC Coastal. What went right against Virginia, and what do the Canes need to do to pick up a series win versus Virginia Tech this weekend? Well, our Inside Pitch crew is live in studio with more.
Hello and welcome to Inside Pitch. I'm your host, Regina Potenza, here with analyst Andrew Klein. Wow, Andrew, what a historic week it has been for Cain's baseball. The team started the week ranked 2nd in the entire nation on a 14-game win streak. Last night, the team lost to 21st ranked Virginia Tech, ending the team's longest win streak since 2014. Where exactly did the Canes go wrong, and will they be able to recover for the rest of the season?
Well, the big issue was Carson Palmquist last night. He got absolutely rocked. It was a rare occurrence, but still not his best performance. 3 1/3 innings, gave up a season-high 10 hits, 6 runs, did have 6 strikeouts, but can't overlook the 6 earned runs that he did give up. He's going to be a guy who, for Miami, they need him to pitch well moving forward, as he has all season long. I think tonight, Carson Legan will bounce back and have his back.
And back to last weekend's series against Virginia, possibly the most important series so far this season. Which players stepped up in the series sweep?
Well, it was the normal guys taking place for the Hurricanes. CJ Kafis, Edgardo Villegas were fantastic, Jacob Burke as well. But I want to point out Zach Levinson. He's been absolutely great for the Hurricanes of late. 3 hits last weekend, had 2 hits on Tuesday night. And how can we not talk about Yo-Yo Morales' game-winning home run? Take a look right here against Virginia on Saturday night. An absolute no-doubter, a bomb to left center field. What a huge home run for the Hurricanes. Yo-Yo was fired up, pimps his home run, throws the bat. 5-4, Hurricanes pick up the win. Yo-Yo leading the charge.
In the Tuesday game against FAU, the Canes were trailing 6-2 going into the bottom of the 7th and came back to win 7-6. What happened?
Well, Regina, they don't call them the cardiac Canes for nothing. Miami looked great. Let's take a look at how they were able to come back. We saw Maxwell Romero pokes one through the right side, little base hit, not trying to do too much. The throw to third, gets away. Edgardo Villegas realizes it, gets up, and immediately darts home, picks up a huge run for Miami. They were able to start the comeback that way. Later on, Yo-Yo Morales, high pop. He's frustrated, seems like nothing, but in baseball, something can come out of nothing. The ball drops in, here comes the runner. He's able to slide in safely ahead of the tag. Miami picks up another run, and then Jacob Burke in the biggest spot of the season for the Hurricanes yet, able to dribble one to third. When I asked him what was going through his mind, he said, run fast.
And after last night's loss, what can we expect to see from the Canes in the rest of the Virginia Tech series?
Well, this is definitely a winnable series for the Hurricanes, even though they dropped that game last night. There's a few things that Miami's going to have to do in order to win this series. First is good starting pitching. Carson Liggins on the bump tonight for the Hurricanes, and we're going to need him to throw pitches like this nasty slider down and away. This one to a lefty. Changeup drops off the face of the earth. And one big thing for starting pitchers, you got to know that you can trust the defense behind you. High drive, deep center field. Jacob Burke goes back at the wall. Got it. Huge play for the Hurricanes, takes away a home run. If you can trust your defense, that's important. 7, 8, 9 production as well. The Hurricanes are going to need to get good production on the bottom of their order. Henry Wallen's one of those guys. He's been great for the Hurricanes since filling in for Dorian Gonzalez so far on this season. And finally, for the Hurricanes this weekend, they're going to need good defensive play. 3 errors on Tuesday, 1 last night. Hard defense for the Hurricanes. You need it to be solid.
Thank you so much, Andrew. That's all the time we have for you guys today. Back to the desk.
For one former Canes baseball player, the UM experience goes well beyond his 2 years at Mark Light Field. And now 16 years later, he's back in the classroom to complete his degree. Reporter Ryan Gleicher has the story.
Being a student to going pro to going back to being a student. That's former Miami baseball star Danny Valencia, who left over 16 years ago to pursue his dream of becoming a professional baseball player. Now, Valencia has returned to school with one goal: to get that degree.
I left after my junior year. Education was always important growing up in my household. I have 2 young kids that I want to be able to show them a college degree and tell them, education is important. How you make your money is on you, but, really laying the foundation for that is having a brain on your shoulders and having a college education.
The former Olympian Valencia wanted to set a good example and potentially inspire other athletes in his situation to follow a similar path.
I think with me and any guy who plays a long time in professional sports, being able to show them the discipline and the determination that you're willing to go back and finish, because we all know that school can be challenging. I think that says enough in itself,
When all is said and done, Valencia is just happy his wife Jocelyn won't be the only one with a college degree in the household.
I think she, in a sense, motivated me by kind of throwing those jabs at me and saying that she's the only college graduate. So I think at this point, it was a no-brainer, and we want to be able to show our children that college is important, education is important.
Valencia hopes this story brings new inspiration for other retired athletes to finish their education. For UMTV, I'm Ryan Gleicher.
Coming up on Sports Desk, both Canes tennis squads are in the top 30 and set for their final weekends of the regular season, while golf swings its way into the ACC championships. We'll have all the action from around the U when we return. Stay with us.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
You're still talking to your friends. It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji.
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
Welcome back to Sports Desk. Club baseball has another home game coming up this weekend at Mark Light Field. But for one infielder, the journey to Miami has been about more than just baseball. Reporter Nick Marino has the story.
The Miami club baseball team is primarily filled with players aged 18 to 22, looking to continue playing the sport they loved in high school. However, there is one outlier. Meet Ricky Lopez, a 29-year-old veteran who just spent 8 years in the Navy.
I was a medic, so it's called a corpsman. It's a combat medic. And I traveled, deployed to Dubai, deployed to Jordan, deployed to Kuwait, Bahrain.
After getting into his dream school here in Miami, Ricky knew he would need his love of baseball to help him transition to quite the different environment.
I said I would immediately come out. I can come out every single day to practice. I knew I wanted to play.
As both a player and a mentor, Ricky has made a significant impact here on the club team.
Player-wise, Ricky's probably one of the easiest guys to coach and talk with. He's real easygoing. Even being so much older than the rest of us, he still always listens to what we have to say. He offers his own life experience and kind of tells everybody what he's gone through.
I mean, it's hard to say a bad thing about Ricky just because he's like always a grinder, always just super nice guy.
On the surface, there might not seem like there's a lot of similarities between the Navy and baseball, but according to Ricky, there's actually quite a few.
We stayed in a hotel the other day. Felt like I was back on getting ready for deployment, where you stay in a hotel, jump on a plane, move out. There is a sense of camaraderie. I tried to push the team together. Baseball is all a mental game. Just trying to keep my guys, their head in the game is something very similar to the Navy. Like, you're out there, you're in a foreign country, foreign language, it's very much the same. Everybody has to stay together.
Ricky currently plans on going into the medical world once he receives his degree. But for now, he's just enjoying the ride and the much welcomed change of scenery.
I knew that I could bring something, and I wanted to help out a lot and play and feel like I'm in college. I wanted the true college experience. Never had it.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Nick Marino.
Cain's track and field took home multiple awards this week, and Miami women's tennis has senior day on Sunday. Charlie Hill and Max Keller are here to bring you around the U on this week's edition of the O Sports Roundup.
Hey guys, welcome back to the O Sports Roundup. I'm Charlie Hill.
And I'm Max Keller. Thursday's men's tennis match against Georgia Tech was a huge win on the road. That match closed out the regular season, but the team will be back on the court to play Clemson on Saturday. Grad student Dan Martin played a huge role in this game and last week's against Virginia, which is why congratulations are in order because he's your ACC Player of the Week.
Yeah, Max, super big deal for him. I mean, it's his first time getting the honor ever, so big congratulations to him. But the Cain's track and field squad was hot this weekend at the Hurricane Alumni Invitational. Junior Russell Robinson not only took the lead in the triple jump, but also took home co-ACC Field Performer of the Week. But Robinson's no stranger to this, as it's his second time claiming the honor this season. Max, he launched himself 16.45 meters. I mean, you were a track star back in the day. Can you do that? Because I know I can't.
No, I was running more like a gazelle. That was not my area, and that just might land me a trip in the ER. But today, the Cain's rowing team sets off against UCF for a late season in-state matchup. And lastly, we wish the Cain's women's golf team luck this weekend as they participate in the ACC Women's Golf Championship. Good luck, ladies.
Well, there's a lot going on in O Sports this week. Super excited to see how it all turns out. But that's all the time we have today. Sending it back to you guys at the desk.
Sticking with O Sports, this weekend is the last time one senior will be taking the court for Cain's women's tennis. The 14th ranked Cains were set to host Syracuse Orange earlier today for their second to last match of the season, but due to rain delays, the match has been pushed out a couple hours, and that's early. It's still going on. Reporter Daryl Barnes is live outside the Neil Schiff Tennis Center with an update. Daryl, what's going on out there today?
Well, it seems like the rain has had it out for this match all day long. The Cains tried to avoid it by moving the match up from a 5 p.m. start to a 3 p.m. start, but Mother Nature had other plans. Around 3 p.m. when they were trying to get started, crews were still moving puddles of water off of the courts just to get them safe enough for players to warm up. Now, they ended up getting about a 5:30 start time for doubles, and then ever since then, the Cains have really been getting to work. They got the doubles point, and now in singles play, every player except for Audrey Bott-Collins, who hasn't finished her first set, has got their first set points, but all eyes have been on Eden Richardson, who's gearing up to play her final match as a Hurricane on Sunday against Boston College. The important thing, there's no rain in the forecast on Sunday, so hopefully for Eden, she'll be able to have a good send-off. But for now, from the Neil Schiff Tennis Center, I'm Daryl Barnes, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
This year's Hurricanes Hoop Squad will never forget their historic run to the Elite Eight. Ashley Rome sits down with one Miami guard to talk about being a part of Miami's March Madness run from South Carolina to Chicago when we return. Don't go anywhere. But first, it's time for some trivia. Cain's baseball had an incredible run of 14 straight victories, their longest since 2014. But how many consecutive games did they win that season? Is it A, 12, B, 14, C, 16, or D, 18? Stay tuned for the answer when we return.
You thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Guys, happy early Easter coming up this Sunday. Got any special plans?
I'm just gonna eat my heart out, Michael. Passover Seder tonight, and then a little Easter egg hunt on Sunday.
Michael, do you still believe in the Easter Bunny?
Welcome back. If you guessed B, you are correct. Canes baseball won 14 consecutive games back in the 2014 season, finishing with an overall record of 44-19. Miami made it back to the Coral Gables Regional as the #1 seed in the region before being eliminated by Texas Tech.
From awards all over campus to one in-depth view of an incredible run. It's been another week at the U where social media has definitely had some fun. Let's toss it over to the host with the most, Niles Nassim, who's ready to go behind the post.
What's up, guys, and welcome to this week's edition of Athlete of the Week. I'm here with Bensley Joseph this week. So, Bensley, this year Miami made history making the Elite Eight. Can you tell me what that was like for you?
It was a dream come true, really, and to do it with the guys we did, being undersized all year and not really getting any love for the wins we got. I mean, it made us have a chip on our shoulder going into the tournament, and to come out as one of the 8 teams in all of college basketball, it was just a surreal feeling.
Yeah, and kind of going off that, what do you think the biggest struggle with the team was this season, and how did you guys overcome that?
Our biggest struggle, I believe, was our height and, just not being as big as a lot of these other teams and size-wise. But, once we figured out, our identity was, our defense and using our undersized height to our advantage, it helped us in many ways, and it helped us in a lot of games, and it kind of turned our season around.
What was it like playing at the arena where, the crowd was sold out at one point? How awesome was that?
It was crazy. You dream of those experiences as a kid playing, sold out arenas and, thousands of people yelling and cheering. But you just gotta live in the moment and, lock in on, concentrate on what you have to do and what's gotta get done, and that's winning.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of Athlete of the Week. Thank you for joining me today, Bensley.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And back to you guys at the studio.
Many hours of training and competition go on every day at the U, and University of Miami marked its 8th annual event to celebrate women's athletics. Reporter Kyle Ennis has the story.
Sunday was the celebration of Women's Athletics Day hosted at the Carol Sofer Indoor Practice Facility. The event honored 11 female athletes for their efforts in sport and in the classroom. The event was hosted by ESPN anchor and former Hurricane volleyball player Christine Williamson. For some, this wasn't their first time being at the event.
The event was crazy. I've been to it before, but being on the other side of it, actually receiving the award instead of just sitting in the audience, was a completely different experience.
Receiving the honor is not the end goal for most of these athletes. Many have further goals and so much more to bring to the table.
Let's go!
I want to make this program better, especially the cross-country program. I want it to be very, very successful, and I want to be a component of its success, and I will do anything I can to make it the best it can be.
But this honor doesn't just reflect their athletic performance, but their impacts they've had on the lives around them.
It makes the people around me happy, and it unites them. Sport unites, which is something I really love about sports, generally speaking.
And the athletes always motivate each other to improve, truly working as a team.
You know, hearing stuff that they did was like, yeah, I probably should be doing that too. If they have time to do it, I have time to do it too.
And many female athletes know that the road is not always easy.
Don't just wait around thinking that your dreams are going to come to you. You have to work for them. You have to go strive for them, work for them, and get what you want. It's not ever just going to be handed to you.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Kai Lennis.
From awards all over campus to an in-depth view of one incredible run. It's been another week on the U where social media has definitely had some fun. Let's toss it over to the host with the most, Niles Nassim, who's ready to go behind the post.
Guess what day it is? It's Friday and we are back on the scene, looking so fresh and so clean, so don't you dare change your TV and stick right here with me, Niles Nassim, your host with the most, and when you see me on screen, you know what time it is. We gotta go behind the post. This week, all ACC honors were awarded to the track and field team. The Canes had 10 members receive this prestigious honor. Congratulations to you all. Thank you for your hard work and dedication this season. We are so proud of each and every one of you, and the sky is truly the limit for all of you. And the awards just keep coming for the Canes. Here at the U, we are blessed to have such amazing women taking part in our athletic programs. This week, the celebration of Women in Athletic Awards was given to 11 distinguished athletes, including three-point extraordinaire Kelsey Marshall and superstar setter Savannah Vach. These women have performed admirably on and off the field, and thank you for showing the world what it truly means to be a Cane. And shout out to women's tennis for getting back on track. This team is ranked number 8 in the nation, and this week they beat Louisville with a score of 7-0. They will look to keep soaring as they wrap up their match with a fellow top 100 opponent in number 71 Syracuse right now. And finally, make sure you take some time to watch the 2-part video series recapping Cane's women's basketball season. Get an all-access view on the perspectives of the players and coaches as they talk about the highs and lows of this incredible year. This is much-watched television, so make sure you tune in. Well, that's all the time I have for you today. As always, you know what to do. Be blessed, never stress, because you can find me right here every Friday on Sports Desk. I'm Niles Nassim.
Still ahead on Sports Desk, opening day brought baseball back across America, and one Miami Marlin has already a contender for a Web Gem of the Year. You're going to want to see this when we come back. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To her friends, she's Nicole Lynn, but to thousands of TikTok users, she's below average runner, an influencer who uses her platform to show no matter what speed you run at, you can still enjoy running. Reporter Savannah Yates has more.
Running. Most people either love it or hate it, but 26-year-old Miami resident Nicole Lynn decided at a young age she hated it.
I ran my first half marathon when I was 17. I was a junior in high school. And after that, I swore I would never do another one.
But this vow was broken after suffering a broken heart.
Move on and make yourself better. Do something for yourself and make yourself grow as a person. And I literally looked in the mirror and said, you're going to run another half marathon. Because I had swore I would never do one.
So 4 years after her last half marathon, she began to train for one again.
From there, I kind of just started doing one every year. I tell myself to continue to grow and push yourself because it's so hard mentally to do it.
She documented her training progress as a video diary for herself on the app TikTok with the username Below Average Running.
not expecting her videos to go viral on the app.
Didn't expect it to happen because I didn't make it for anyone else. I made it for myself to see how I was going to progress. And I posted the first video and I said, "Welcome to Below Average Running on TikTok. My name's Nicole."
Lynn hopes to inspire her over 30,000 followers who also might be a below average runner.
You don't have to be fast to run. The motto is embrace the pace.
This message helps viewers and runners like Catherine Ford.
The thing is that she's a slow runner and she still does it either way, which is like the best attitude to have. So it's like, okay, I need to be more like this.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Savannah Yates.
With a brand new coaching staff in the spring game on Saturday, fans are excited to see the new look Canes take the field for the first time. And even without a standout quarterback, the pressure has only grown. I got to learn how Miami's offense has adjusted to bigger expectations this spring. The Miami Hurricanes offense came to life in the second half of last season, averaging more than 35 points per game. And now with a change in leadership, a new set of coaches has stepped in to guide an offense trying to reach new heights.
The progress has been really good. I think our guys just learning the offense, learning the defense, learning our special team systems, but also learning how to practice, and the level, the consistency, and how hard we practice. The next 9 weeks are going to be so important to the development of our program. What we do when no one's watching.
The team's adjustment to Gaddis's approach has brought a fresh set of standards, and quarterback Tyler Van Dyke holds his sights high after a breakout season.
Before we even stepped on the field for spring ball, doing workouts, we start running routes, before we actually get the first day of practice. And when I see him throw that first post, that home run post, I was like, yeah, he got a strong arm.
And for former Hurricane and two-time national champion Mario Cristobal, he now coaches a new generation of Hurricanes and stresses physicality. The results expected of him in the 80s remaining the same with the team's spring game tomorrow.
It's great to have a head coach that played offensive tackle here, and he's always around us linemen, so it's great to have him right by our side and, giving us input.
Everybody in America will be watching, right? They'll be breaking down the spring game, right? There's a lot that's seen, and we do the same thing. We just want our kids to be able to go out there and execute it confidently because that's the biggest thing.
And while it may be unclear how soon Miami's offense will see those results pay off, all the offense can hope for is unity as it moves into the fall season. For UMTV, I'm Wyatt Kopelman.
Well, Wyatt, can't wait to watch the football team in action tomorrow, but shifting over to the action going on right now over in Blacksburg. Miami trails Virginia Tech 4-0, but a lot of baseball still left in Hokie Land.
Yeah, a lot of baseball left, but bad news early on. The Canes can't fall behind much early, but shifting from Canes baseball to the other baseball team in Miami, I heard there were some interesting plays going on with the Marlins. We'll have to be sure to get a look at that play of the day. Some like classic rock, others prefer country, but then there are those who enjoy the rhythm of smooth jazz. And Marlins second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. had a few notes to play on opening weekend. Let's go out to the Bay Area for tonight's edition of the Play of the Day. Starting off in the first inning, Giants leadoff hitter Austin Slater lasers one over to second base, but look who's there to make the catch. It's Chisholm himself, stretching across from one coast to the other, going from Miami to San Francisco. He announces his arrival at Oracle Park, an incredible play. So nice you have to see it twice. Jazz Chisholm Jr. going to the lip of the outfield grass. The Marlins did lose 2 of the 3 in the series, but an incredible highlight play nonetheless from the young gun. Well, Cal, certainly an excruciating and a beautiful, scintillating play. I was really just amazed by how he was able to outstretch his glove, really flashed the leather there.
Yeah, unbelievable play, unbelievable confidence that kid plays with, but the swagger is undeniable. You think I could rock that haircut?
I really think you could, Cal. I mean, you just have to get to the barbershop, the right barbershop.
The Marlins picked up their first home win of the season against the Philadelphia Phillies last night, but opening week magic also happened on the other side of the state. Let's send it over to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg for more. This is young Rays fan Chloe Grimes, who has been in a continuous battle with cancer after beating it once before. Her favorite player on the Rays is outfielder Brett Phillips, who did this while Grimes was getting interviewed by Bally Sports Sun on Tuesday. He launches his first home run to right field, a priceless moment for Chloe and her family. The Rays would go on to win against the Oakland Athletics 9-8 on Wednesday night. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Sports Desk. Thank you for watching.
We'll be back here next week for another episode and a lot more action to come.
Have a great night and enjoy the weekend holidays.